Time is a constant, a force that governs our lives. But what if a clock could control more than just time? This is the story of the Clock of Doom, a cursed object that doesn't just count the hours. It counts down to death. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, but its effects are horrifyingly real. Let's dive into the chilling tale of this cursed timepiece. The story begins in 1587, in a small village in Germany. The clock was crafted by a reclusive clockmaker named Heinrich Vollmer, a man rumored to have dabbled in dark magic. Heinrich was obsessed with the concept of time and sought to create a device that could manipulate it. Using rare metals and mysterious techniques, he crafted the clock, embedding it with symbols and inscriptions in an unknown language. When the clock was completed, it was said to emit an eerie ticking sound that could be heard even when the clock was silent. Heinrich's first test subject was himself. He wound the clock and set it to strike at midnight. When the clock chimed, Heinrich was found dead in his workshop, his body twisted in agony. The clock disappeared shortly after. Rumors spread that Heinrich had made a pact with dark forces to create the perfect timepiece. Some claimed the clock was infused with the souls of the damned, while others believed it was a gateway to another realm. Whatever the truth, the clock's curse had only just begun. The clock resurfaced in the 17th century, in the possession of a noble family in Germany. The family's patriarch, Count Friedrich von Essen, was fascinated by the clock's intricate design and placed it in the grand hall of his estate. At first, the clock was a source of pride for the family. Guests marveled at its beauty, and the Count often boasted about its craftsmanship. But soon, strange occurrences began. The clock would chime at random times, even when it wasn't wound. Servants reported hearing whispers coming from the clock, and the family's youngest son claimed to see shadowy figures surrounding it. Tragedy struck when the Count's wife fell ill and died suddenly. The Count himself began to change, becoming increasingly paranoid and reclusive. He locked himself in the grand hall, screaming about the clock stealing his time. When the hall was finally opened, the Count was found dead, the clock's hands frozen at the exact moment of his death. The clock disappeared once more, leaving behind a trail of death and despair. In the 1920s, the clock came into the possession of a paranormal investigator named Dr. Samuel Hargrove. Samuel was determined to uncover the truth behind the clock's curse. He documented his findings in a journal, detailing strange occurrences like the clock ticking backward and the appearance of ghostly figures in the room. One night, Samuel set up a recording device near the clock, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. The next morning, he was found dead. His journal opened to a page that read, "The clock doesn't just tell time, it takes it." The recording captured the clock chiming 13 times, followed by Samuel's final, blood-curdling scream. Samuel's death marked another chapter in the clock's dark history, but the curse was far from over. In 2015, the clock was discovered in an antique shop by a young couple, Emily and James. Unaware of its dark history, they took it home and placed it in their living room. At first, everything seemed normal, but soon, strange things started happening. The clock would chime at random times, even when it wasn't wound. Emily began having nightmares, and James started hearing whispers in the middle of the night. One day, Emily noticed that the clock's hands were moving backward, and when she tried to stop it, the clock let out a deafening chime. Terrified, they decided to get rid of the clock, but no matter what they did, smashing it, burning it, burying it, the clock would always reappear, unscathed, in their home. Days later, James was killed in a freak accident, and Emily vanished without a trace. The clock was never seen again. Today, the Clock of Doom remains missing, its whereabouts unknown. Some say it was locked away in a secret vault, while others believe it's still out there, waiting for its next victim. Those who have encountered it swear it's more than just a clock. It's a harbinger of death, a device that controls the very fabric of time. So, the next time you hear an eerie ticking sound in the dead of night, think twice before following it. You never know what might be counting down to your doom. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tales of the supernatural. And remember, some things are better left untouched.